It's showtime. Come on down to see me, folks, because I'm the after-house leading bioelectricist.
Hello, Dreadful Family, and welcome back. If you're new here, hi, hello, my name is Lindsay. Okay, so we're starting a new nail art series. This has nothing to really do with anything besides we're just trying to fill up these little books that I've shown in past videos. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to do like a watch me work, where these won't really kind of be more on the teaching tutorial side. Of course, I'll kind of tell you what I'm doing as we're going, what I'm using, and if you're ever confused or you're just curious on what products I'm using, I will always leave everything in the description box down below. So I hope you enjoy these new nail art series. We're going to start with Beetlejuice.
Nobody says the B word. Come on.
So yes, if you saw the Builder Gel Madam Glam video where I asked you guys to leave me down in the comments what you think we're going to use with these colors right here. You guessed right if you guessed Beetlejuice. It is one of my all-time favorite Halloween movies.
How did you guess?
I have just loved it forever and ever, and they're making a number 2. I cannot believe it.
Makes me want to kiss you guys.
Come on. Come on. Give me one. Come on.
So here are the polishes and just some little extras that we might be using. These are liquid chromes, and the one in the little jar is a powder chrome. Love these. These are from Dipomania. Then we have some 3D carving gels. These are from Amazon. Of course, like I said, I'll leave everything down below if you want to check it out. All right, so to get in the spirit of things, we gotta watch Beetlejuice.
Women.
So I'm gonna put this on in the background, and you know, these videos, for me, it's just kind of like a relaxing. This is relaxing for me. Sometimes I don't really want to be teaching or doing a tutorial style all the time. And sometimes inspiration just sparks, and yeah, I want to just sit down, press record, and then just do something that like I want to do.
I will not stop living and breathing art just because you need to relax.
And that's what we're going to do today using these Madam Glam gel polishes. Okay, so let's get started. This is going to be kind of a long one. And yeah, I love this purple. It's so pretty. But yeah, so we are going to fill in these. All these tips are just the same. These aren't really tips that you wear. This is just for show. So we are eventually going to fill up this whole nail art book, and I'm excited. It will be fun to do these. These are just going to be randomly kind of placed in when I need a minute to just kind of relax and a breather from doing other content. We'll kind of sprinkle these in here and there. I hope you enjoy watching them. If you do, let me know down below. When we get it all filled up, we'll have to do like a video of like looking back and looking at all the nail sets that we've done. So anywho, okay, I'm going to finish laying this down, and then I'm just going to pop in and out. So this will just kind of be like a little watch me work relaxing video. Okay, I'll be back.
Excuse us, please.
Sure. Talk amongst yourselves.
So we've laid our foundation colors down, or just kind of like the base of our nail colors. And here I have already done one, but this is going to be a pinstripe nail. Just kind of, you know, when Beetlejuice comes to mind, I think of a pinstripe suit, you know, the green, the purple, things like that. So we're going to throw in a couple of those nails.
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay, so we gave that a full cure. We did those stripes twice to make them very, very opaque. Now I'm just going on one side of those stripes and alternating with the purple and the green. Okay, here's how we're looking. So far, so good. Our middle nail is going to be 3D nail art, so that's why we have those 3D carving gels out. And then the purple and the green are going to be chromed. I love this stuff. This is so cool to play with.
Hey, this might be a good look for me.
This is the liquid chrome. So we have a purple out to match our purple and green to go over our green. Really simple. We're just going to tap it down. This stuff is non-toxic, by the way, so I'm using a not gloved finger. You can totally so choose to use gloved fingers if you would like. I just like to get in there and get messy.
I wish that if I ever did it, I was going to do it once, and that was it. Well,
So we have these two picked out. I don't know if I'm going to use one or the other or both. And we're going to do the same. We're just going to slap it on there, and I don't know. We're just winging it. Like it. It's kind of like Beetlejuice himself, kind of rough around the edges. Nothing's really perfect. Everything's kind of tattered.
I'm the ghost with the most, babe.
I love this because nothing really besides our stripes has to be perfect. We're going to start with a little bit of 3D art on our pinstripes. You know how Beetlejuice kind of has like that mossy green, stuff on his face, and, he's risen from the grave, and he's kind of gross looking. So we're going to lay that over our little pinstripes. I thought that would be kind of cool. But to use this 3D carving gel, I cannot get to stick to a smooth surface. So I always like to use a nail art foil glue. It's a gel that you cure in the UV lamp, and it just makes the nail like really tacky. So we're going to lay that down, give it a full cook before we go in with our 3D carving gel. Okay, and again, I'm just kind of rubbing, like I'm mixing those two together, rolling it between my fingers to kind of give it like a marbled effect. Because I want both of those greens. And then again, we're winging it. We're going to stick this down. I want it to kind of look mossy, grassy, gross.
yes, that's it!
And yeah, so we're going to give it a couple pokes, and you give this a full cure. You don't want this to be too thick because it won't cure all the way through. But yeah, so we're going to like stab it, kind of give it like a little mossy grass texture. And then we're going to do this to the other pinstripe nail as well. I just love these little 3D gels. They're so fun to play with. It's like Play-Doh, but like a nail version. You can like mold stuff, sculpt stuff, build things, and it's really cool because it stays in place, so it's not going to move on you. Please do, though, wear a glove for any kind of uncured gel product. That goes for gel polish. Don't get it on your skin. Don't touch it with your raw fingers like I'm doing because you can develop a gel allergy. Okay, and again, getting into the Beatles of the Beetlejuice.
Hi, how are you?
We're going to use a stamping plate from Maniology, which is perfect. And we're going to pick us out some little bugs. And I'm just going to do some easy peasy bug stamping. we're just filling in the back of our bug to kind of make it stand out a little bit more. This is called reverse stamping if you're new to this. It's really cool. You can just like lay down an image in black or white as your main outline, and then you go back in and you color the back with nail polish or stamping polish. And you can color them all in, kind of like a coloring book. It's really neat. I'm still kind of dipping my toes into stamping and, but it's been fun so far. I'm definitely learning. And you might see me on the struggle bus here a little bit because my stamper just would not pick up. I don't know why, what was going on. But anyway, we got over it. We're good. We're trucking. Okay, moving along. We're doing all the things. Here we have some water slide decals.
Oh, sandworms.
I thought these were perfect. We're going to do the little sandworm and then like the little tombstone reading. Never trust the living.
Never trust the living.
And the sandworm, I think, it's kind of too big for this nail that we're going for. These nails in this little book are a little bit on the small side. So we're going to give it a chop and we're going to cut it down and we're going to make it work for us. That's the fun thing about nail art. You don't really have to go by the book all the time. You can cut things up, just find whatever works for you.
Hey, these aren't my rules. Come to think of it, I don't have any rules.
If you're doing this on a client, of course you want to be professional. Always practice your safe applications on all the nail things.
I do have other clients.
But if we were doing some press-ons or, just a fun little nail set to show for content, yeah, just do it. Works for you. That's the fun of doing it. And you'll quickly find out if it works or if it don't. We're just going to give this little sandworm a chip chop. And we're going to put him on one side of the nail and then on the bottom side of the nail. I thought that'd be kind of cool, kind of like he's like wrapping around the nail. And I'm not sure if you saw, but I did the same thing as this. This is like reverse stamping. You lay your water decal on a stamper and you can paint the back of it in a white gel polish thin layers, and you give it a full cure. And that's how you can really make those water decals pop. If you've been having trouble laying down a decal and it's like really opaque and transparent and you lay it over your nail and you're just like, oh, that's not what I was expecting, color the back of it in with white. You could probably do this with stamping polish and just make sure it's fully dry before you go to lay it on the nail. And yeah, again, you need a tacky surface to lay down these water decals or stamping. Just color it in the back of it white, give it a full cook, and bam, you got a cool little easy peasy nail art. And if you have any overhang, see how the decal didn't really put it fully on the nail? After you give it a good squish down, make sure you got it all laid down on the nail. You go around it and just kind of use a buffing block or a fine nail file and file away those edges. You want to make sure you can still cap your nail and clear, and so that everything is attached and not going to be able to lift. If you're doing this on a client or a friend, family, yada yada, if you're using water decals, you still want that gel to be able to encapsulate and enclose that decal onto the nail, or you will get lifting. They like to kind of peel away from the nail if you don't get them all closed up. All right, what do we think so far?
You're working with a professional here!
I think it's looking pretty good. And look, we haven't even been here that long, and look what all we have done. That's awesome. Okay, so it's time to start on this middle nail. This is going to take the longest. In all of these nail sets, I want to show off something 3D. So we're about to get into carving. 3D carving. I hope y'all stick around, stick with me, because it's going to look pretty cool. I've kind of slowed things down, sped things up, but Mr. Dreadful had the idea.
He was my assistant.
Instead of me trying to put it on the nail itself, we are going to try to put it on this nail tip and pop it off, and then it will have the curve underneath of a nail to be glued onto the middle nail. Are you with me? So I'm going to put it on this little press-on nail tip just to do my nail art here. That way I can kind of, instead of using it on the set, I'm not bumping into other things, you know, messing things up. I don't just have one chance to go. I'm using it on this separate tip. On this tip, I have base gel, top gel, a no-wipe top coat, and peel base. So I'm hoping that the peel base is going to let me free my little sculpture up here.
Careful, that's my sculpture.
And we're doing Bob from the new Beetlejuice movie. So I was like, oh, I could totally go old school. But what fun would that be? So we're going to go with the new version, kind of mixed in with the other things. And I want to carve Bob. So I'll put a picture up here. I'll show it here in a minute. But yeah, he's kind of like this little shrunken head guy. I thought he was Beetlejuice when he, you know, like when Beetlejuice gets his head shrunk at the end of the first one. But he's not. I guess he's like his own thing, or like he's like, you know, one of Beetlejuice's little men guys, helper guys. But yeah, so we're going to do Bob. I'm going to do some carving. So I don't know if you're like me, if you do carving or sculptures or things like that and nail art, I have to like, my brain works taking things away rather than adding things. So I know like people can start with like, say, a ball of clay. And they will add on eyebrows. They'll add on the nose. They'll add on the mouth, the cheeks, and everything. And they work from that way. But my brain, I have to put on a blob. Oh, there he is. I have to put on the blob, and then I have to take away. Does that make sense? I don't know. That's just probably the hard way to go about it. I never went to like art school or anything like that. So this is just kind of like learning what works for me over the years. Even like with hand painting and all that. I probably would make a nail art person or an artist that has went to school cringe. It's just the way my brain works, and I've just kind of figured it out.
You probably haven't even read through the manual completely yet.
So I'm going to shush and let y'all watch this little carving process I've got going on here. And then we're going to bust out the nail drill and take even more away. And yeah, I hope y'all hang tight. I hope you're loving it so far. If you do, let me know down below. Are you excited for the new Beetlejuice movie? I can't wait. Me and Mr. Dreadful are probably going to get our tickets early.
You know what's really beautiful about this? You two kids picked me. You didn't have to, but you picked me.
It's in September, you guys, next month. It comes out. I'm so darn excited. Anyway, okay, I'll be back.
Where'd you go? Hey, come on. Hey, where'd you go?
Okay, so we've double cooked him here with that 3D gel, the carving gel, and now I want to go in even more and really carve out those details. So again, this is just kind of how my brain works. If you can do your nail art in a different way, of course, like I said, find out what works for you, you know, of course, in a safe way. So we've given this a full cook. Here's some little drill bits, some little nail drill bits. I'm going to go in there, use just a mixture of all of them. And yeah, we're going to carve him out and get him more looking like what we're going for.
Go ahead. Make my millennium.
Okay, so we're back and here's how he's looking. I think it looks pretty cool. So we're going to try to do what we were saying. We're trying to pop it off of the nail. And then it should have that round surface where it fits the other nail that I'm going to put it on, like a glove. So we're just going to peel it off here, which this works, so that's awesome. If you, I don't know, need to do some nail art on a different nail. Yeah, just use some peel base on top of like a nice shiny surface. Peel base will pop better when it's on a smooth surface. And looky there, like a glove. He fits perfect, but we have some little overhang that I want to file and get that off, and that way he fits a little bit better around the edges. There's no overhang.
He says to me, just trim it a little.
We're not done just yet. Y'all keep hanging in there with me. We're going to file off our little overhang here, make him fit just a tad bit better, and then we're going to give him a good painting. Y'all stick around. Here he is again. I know that's a horrible picture. I should have made it more bright. Now we're going to pick out some gel polishes and we're going to get to painting.
Shall we?
Okay, now we got to give him some little e-balls. So that's just what I'm forming here. We're going to do the same thing using the white sculpture gel, and then we're going to give it a full cook and paint over it. It's so crazy how eyeballs like really bring something to life, you know? Okay, so let's give these eyeballs some detail and let's keep on trucking. We're almost there. We're almost there.
Come on!
Okay, we're putting on the finishing touches, and oh my gosh, you guys, this is the best part. So he has hair, right? I can't wait. Okay, so we got some hair. Oh my gosh, look at that. And you won't believe what it's from. My feather duster. I was like, I need some yellow hair. All right, so we're gonna glue this onto the base of the nail before we put him on the nail. So I'm just going to take some of this out. It's kind of already textured and crinkly and, you know, fits perfect. So we're going to just glue that down. This is just kind of like a thicker rhinestone glue. And I'm going to glue the hair down, and then we'll get to glue in our little bob head on top. But I just thought the hair was so hilarious. It totally just brings it together. Okay, we're all done. What do you think?
Not bad, not bad.
Oh my gosh, I just had so much fun creating this set. Again, I can't wait till the second Beetlejuice comes out. It's going to be awesome. I just know it. I just know it. I hope they crushed it. I hope they did. What did you think about today's video? Do you like these kind of videos? If you have any other suggestions, please comment down below. Let's make this a thing. It doesn't have to be Halloween. This is just what I wanted to start this book off with, was one of my favorite all-time movies. But it is kind of getting to be fall around here, and we will be getting into spooky season, so they might be, I don't know, a couple of spoopy ones coming up.
That's a very good idea. That'll be very time-consuming.
But if you like this video, please let me know down below. I hope you really enjoyed it, and yeah. Hope everybody's excited to see Beetlejuice if you're a big fan like we are.
Oh boy, you guys are really a couple of spooksters, aren't you?
But okay, so that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and hanging through this video. It was so relaxing and fun. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, sauerkraut. Oop, forgot to pop back in. This is the moment of truth. We gotta see if it fits in our nail book, in our little nail art book.
Save that guy for later.
So this is what I was imagining. So I hope, you know, when we get this all full, it'll look really cool. Everything all kind of sticking in here after all of the movies or designs or trends or anything that we all decide to come up with. Yeah, it'll be cool to see it. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Hey guy.